Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Thursday, game number 2 between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. I'll have the Prizepicks plays mixed into this one. We'll go Draftkings, Prizepicks, and Fanduel, just so I don't have to make two different videos and I can just put it all into one. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, if you enjoy the picks, appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. All the other socials are in the description if you want to check them out. Twitter, Prizepicks, the website. Today, we have Butler as your most expensive play. No surprise. After the performance that he did last game, he was outstanding for them. Put his team on his back in the second half. Finished with 72 fantasy points. Played great defense like he always does. 7 stocks, 9 rebounds. He's done everything this postseason. I mean, he's not had like one terrible game, except for maybe one game against Philly. But overall, shooting at a very high percentage. Getting to the free throw line, knocking down his free throws, getting rebounds, getting assists, blocks, and steals. He's kind of benefited handling the ball a little bit more without Kyle Lowry, and it's actually benefited the team. So, like last game, I will play Jimmy Butler at captain today. Tatum is right there as well at 10-6. He played 44 out of 48 minutes last game. 7 turnovers. He had 5 stocks, which also helped his fantasy score. You can definitely put him in to your... I like Butler at captain, but if you wanted to make a bunch of teams, you can definitely have some with Tatum at captain. But you can also do some lineups with Tatum and Butler. Brown is only 1,200 less than Tatum, so the first game number 1, it was a bit closer. Today, I would prefer Tatum over Brown just based on the closeness of the price tags today. And then Bam has kind of struggled this postseason. He's not getting very many shots. He only had 4 rebounds. He did have 4 blocks, which helped him. But Robert Williams is also another guy that's kind of tough defensively. He's not going to make it easy for Bam to get those easy baskets right around the rim. So I don't mind Bam, but he's not going to... It's tough for me to play him along with like Tatum and Butler. In the mid-range here, Smart is probable, so he should be back. They needed him in game number 1 with the poor play of Derek White. So Smart looks okay. Al Horford is doubtful, so you're going to be looking at Robert Williams again. If you're making a cheaper play at captain, I think Robert Williams is one that you could go to. He gives you upside in blocks. He had 2 blocks last game. Only played 28 minutes, but that was his first game in a while, so you could see him ramp up to over 30. Especially if Horford misses like he's expected to. Williams does give you double upside, along with upside for multiple blocks and steals. So he's definitely one piece on the Boston Celtics side that I really like. Tyler Hero had a good game. He's 68. He looks solid. Only played 27 minutes off the bench, but could have played more. He gave you 18 points, got to the free throw line 3 times, had 8 rebounds, so he was very solid out there. And the price tag only went up by $200, so he's another piece that I like on the Miami side. If you're making, I do think Miami will once again benefit by being at home court, and we'll see some of the role players play better than some of the Boston Celtics role players. Derek White's not that appealing now that Marcus Smart is back. Grant Williams looks okay at 54. His price tag has come up, so I would prefer to get to like Gabe Vincent, who's only 44. He played great for the Miami Heat in game number 1 at a very cheap price tag. He dropped 31 fantasy points, 17, 3, 2, and 3 blocks. The blocks were pretty much of an outlier. He hasn't had more than 1 block in quite some time, so don't know if you can count on that, but you can definitely count on him playing good minutes, around 30 or so, without Kyle Lowry, and if he continues to play well, wouldn't be surprised if he plays mid-30s like he did. So these are 4 pieces I really like. Now we have about like $8,000 left. We can plug in Tatum here. With 55, you can plug in Grant Williams, something like that. It's definitely an approach that you could do. Or go to like Oladipo and hope that he has a better game. He only played 15 minutes, but he was shot 2 of 9. So if he is playing better, he will get some more minutes. But just wasn't playing as well as like Gabe Vincent was, so he didn't play as many minutes. And then Max Strus does have some revenge on his mind. The Celtics released him back in 2019. He's undrafted free agent. So I don't mind him. His price tag is similar to Tyler Hero, so it might be a little bit tougher to get to him. But we've seen Strus outscore Tyler Hero at times in the postseason, especially when he gets really hot from 3. He's had multiple games of double-doubles in the last series against Philly, so that's something you could do. And if you wanted to try to get to Marcus Smart here, this one you might have to make some changes with, like, you probably won't be able to get to Max Strus here. You'd have to look to maybe like Peyton Pritchard. But this is like if you're doing a Boston stack. Pritchard did play well for them. But now that Smart is back, there's not going to be as many minutes for those guys. So in terms of the core plays for me, it's going to be Jimmy Butler, Robert Williams, and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum from the Boston side. And then I also do like Gabe Vincent a lot if I had to put in a fourth piece. Just at $4,400, super cheap, plays good minutes, can get you solid production. And in terms of the 4K range, I like him a lot more than Pritchard. Now that Smart is probable, and PJ Tucker definitely will look to Gabe Vincent instead. So that's what I got over on DraftKings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Prizepicks. All right, so on Prizepicks plays today, the board is pretty. It's only one game that they have on the board, so it's pretty quiet. Tatum at 27.5. He was great. He had like 21 in the first half, finished with 29, so he only had 8 points in the second half. But we know Tatum is going to be looking to be aggressive offensively, so that's one that I do like the over. Over on Jimmy Butler is always great with how aggressive he's been this postseason. He's not only dropping over 30, but he's dropping over 40 in 2 out of his last 4 games. So he looks solid. I like his PRA just because he can, or his fantasy as well, just with the blocks and steals that he gives you. So don't mind getting to either one of those guys. Those 2 I like more than Jaylen Brown, but he's fine. Bam, it's tough to trust when he's only taking like sometimes under 5 shots, so I want to feel great about taking the over on him. I like the over on Marcus Smart. He's only at 12.5, and last game he put up 11 against Milwaukee. Didn't play in game 1, but they're going to need somebody to step up besides Tatum and Brown. Last game it was Pritchard who kept his team in it, but today I expect it to be like Marcus Smart. It's a pretty low number, 12.5 for a guy that will play big minutes and will take some shots and can have a good game from 3 at times. The game against Milwaukee, we only put up 11. He shot like 2 of 9, so if he has a little bit of a better performance, definitely would think he can easily get you over 12.5. Max Strus, another piece, 11.5 is pretty low. I like his fantasy as well, but that's one you can take the over. And then Robert Williams, another one that I do like taking the over. It's only at 9 points, like super affordable. I mean, super cheap and a very low number for Robert Williams with the minutes that he will play. Up to 30 without Al Horford. The last few games that he has played, he's got dropped at least 10. And now that Horford is not likely to play again, they're going to need Robert Williams to make a presence in the front court against Bam. And I don't mind like Gabe Vincent at 10.5 is a pretty solid number as well. Hero, 15. Similar to what you kind of expect from Hero. You need 16 out of that, so probably prefer Gabe Vincent and Max Strus instead. But I like Smart and Williams. The assist board, nothing looks too good that I would feel like great about. Don't mind Tatum at 5.5. Smart at 6. I like his points a little bit better. Gabe Vincent is only at 3. This one, sometimes it can be a push situation for him. But this board isn't something I'm going out of my way to get to players from. The rebounding board, I like definitely like Robert Williams at 9, but I like his points better at only 9. Strus at 4, he got 4, but most of those came, like 3 came in the 4th, I believe. So he didn't have as many rebounding opportunities as he had in the last series, but that can definitely change from game to game. But I like his fantasy better just in terms of you're getting the points, you're getting some rebounds in the mix, and you're getting some potential for blocks and steals. This board, skip over. PRA, Jimmy Butler's now at 39.5, but this one also looks pretty solid. Just with how much he's doing for his team offensively, getting to the free throw line, getting you those rebounding opportunities as well. Tatum, same number, would prefer Butler, but Tatum is also firmly in the mix. Strus, 17.5. We see him put up over 17 points in general in some of these spots if he gets hot from 3. So that's one I can get behind. I can get behind Robert Williams at 19.5. But the points, rebounds look better just because he's probably not going to get you many assists, so you might as well just take the shot on his points instead. And then I don't mind Gabe Vincent at 15.5. The fantasy one, I do have a couple of pieces I like. Starting with Jimmy Butler at only 48. He's a guy that can absolutely blow this out of the water like he has in a couple of the games recently. 2 out of his last 4, he's put up over 60. Last game put up over 75. But not that that's always going to happen, but he's going to get you points. He's going to get you rebounds. He's going to get you assists. And with how much he does good with the blocks and steals, those are 3 points apiece right there for Jimmy Butler. So I'm taking the over 48 on his fantasy. I like the over 46 fantasy for Tatum as well. But the other piece I would go with is you have some other options here like Max Strus at 22. Bam is pretty low at only 30 if he has a better game in terms of points. We know the defensive stats can be there. He had 3 blocks last game. And then you only have 18 fantasy points for Gabe Vincent. That's also pretty low. He did have a great shooting game, which helped him last game. Tyler Hero's only at 24. Also pretty slow with the upside that he can give you from time to time. But I like Max Strus, 2 points less than Tyler Hero. He got up to 30 minutes. We know he can play over like 33 to 35. And he's hit this 4 out of the last 5 games. He didn't get off to a good start against Boston. He had a better second half, which helped him hit that. But 22, another prop that I can get behind in fantasy. So those are the 4 I like. 2 Boston Celtics, 2 Miami Heat, Marcus Smart 12.5 over points, Robert Williams over 9 points, Jimmy Butler 48 fantasy, and Max Strus over 22 fantasy. In terms of 3 points made, I don't have a much feel for any of these, taking the overs on any of those. Blocks and steals, Butler's always a candidate here. Had 7 last game. He's always in the mix. Always has opportunities to give you multiple blocks and steals. Bam in the mix as well at only 2. He had 3 blocks last game. He's also pretty good defensively. That one I like. And it's kind of it. Wouldn't take, in terms of block shots and steals, yeah, pretty much it. So that's what I got for Prizepicks. Let's go ahead and take a look at FanDuel. All right, so for FanDuel, it's the same type of deal of the plays that I like on DraftKings. Jimmy Butler is going to be my favorite pick in terms of having the most fantasy points. I like getting to Tatum as well. And Brown looks solid, but we can make some adjustments to free up some more salary. Like Robert Williams looks good at $12,000. We have about $82.50 left, so looking at some cheaper options today. I like Gabe Vincent at only $8,000. And now we have $8,500 left. You're probably looking at like Grant Williams as a candidate to plug in here. So that would be one approach if you needed to save some more money. It's maybe in this one, it's a $2,000 difference between Tatum and Brown, so we do go with Jaylen Brown instead. We have $10,500 left, and this one we can get to Max Strus here at $10,000. That looks pretty solid. Won't be able to get to Tyler Hero, but that's fine. I mean, I do want to get to Robert Williams with how many minutes he should play. Upside in minutes, but not only that, but the production that he should get in those minutes, even if he plays 28 or 29. You're looking at good rebounding opportunities. You're looking at buckets right at the basket, and you're looking at some blocks that he does give you. So, assuming Horford is out, Robert Williams will be one of my second or third favorite plays on the Boston Celtics side. But you got to start with Jimmy Butler, and then for value, it's going to be Max Strus for me. So these are the 3 that I really like, and then whether you're looking at Tatum or Brown, I probably still prefer Tatum, but Brown is in the mix just with the savings that he can give you. And then value-wise, probably not really looking at 95 for Tucker or 9K for Oladipo much. I think Grant Williams, assuming he starts again in place of Horford, looks solid, and then Gabe Vincent is just super cheap. So that's what I got for you guys for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Best of luck today. You can leave any comments down below, and I'll answer them as soon as I get a chance. Best of luck tonight, and I'll see you all next time.